Hello everyone, my name is Phil Miller. I'm a student here in Foodshed Sustainability. This is one of my first times making a video and recording myself, so if I sound terrible and I suck at it, please forgive me. But anyway, on to my project. Over here on the right side of the screen, I've called my idea Amada Tierra, which means beloved earth in Spanish, and I'm going to get to all these points in a second here. But really, I hate to admit it, but my project idea is really to bring something like growing power here to the valley. So just to jog all of our memories, I wanted to bring up some of these pictures, you know what I mean? These big greenhouses and stuff, and just all the really cool stuff that Will Allen and all those people do, and like a huge amount of food that they make. I did kind of want to point out this picture right here, this vertical farm that they are building. Right now they're in talks to design and build this, I think, in like downtown Chicago or something like that. So super cool. Just a side note. And then to jog our memory some more, just some pictures of some urban farms so that everyone can, I'm sure we all saw the videos, we did the reading, so we know what I'm talking about, but just to have the visuals here. And a big part of what I would like to focus on, if I were to do a project like this, a permaculture type project, would be hugelkultur. And really it's because of our arid, dry place that we live. So I have some pictures here, like this big one right here, and this is in Colorado, so these should all be in Colorado. I like this one. It's kind of small, surrounded by rocks. You can see that the hugel really can fit in like a small backyard space, but they can also be huge and massive and totally crazy. Okay, so I wanted to point out where I actually want to do the project, and that is right here. And we should be able to zoom in there. Coming up, and I actually grew up here. This is where I spent my childhood. This is my parents' house, just on the outside of Eagle, really close. One of the advantages of the location is that it's not inside of town limits. It is in the county, but it's not inside of the town. So I think that we probably get some advantages there. Just over regulatory hurdles for zoning for farming and stuff like that. But this is the property. Here's the outskirts of it. It goes all the way through here. It's about 5 acres here. And I wanted to point out some of the things that the property already has, and that's these animal runs here, like turkeys, goats, and chickens live here. My dad collects eggs and stuff. My mom has extensive gardening and irrigation through here. You can't see it because this is an old photo, but back here there's actually it's most of a greenhouse. Half of it's down. But I think that there's a lot of things here that I could really start. That I could really put to use in the first year. So over here, I just wanted to these 5 things over here are the 5 main aims of the project. These right here. Produce high quality local food available for sale. That kind of goes without saying. That's what all these people do. But then be a source of information and community engagement about local food and farming. Obviously, lots of these outfits do that, especially like growing power. You can come, you can take classes, you can see demonstrations. There's information and brochures and stuff that you can take home for people who are looking to bring these techniques, to bring these ideas, bring these ethics home with them, and to do these things closer to home. Another arm of the project I wanted to talk about was to offer consultation, design, and implementation services for businesses and homeowners looking to transform underused spaces. I like this phrase I've been using. So this could be a strong marketing and a strong money-making arm of Amada Tierra. That would help people. Transform their unused spaces, like their backyards, their gardens, and stuff like that. Turn them into food-producing places. Turn them into nice, natural sort of spaces to enjoy. It also wants to be a source of good jobs, seasonal, full-time. But then down here, this final point. This is really the most important part of the project, and that's the explicitly engage the local Latino community in spreading knowledge about farming and food justice. I feel that too often this group is left out of the conversation when we're talking about climate change. We're talking about food justice. Talking about any of these things. In fact, they're left right out of the conversation, even when we're talking about them. Like right next to us. So that's always been something that I've focused on in a lot of my projects throughout my 2 degrees is to engage this underrepresented demographic. So let's see, like down here, I guess of course. Long term, you'd wanna aim for like local food in schools, like the food that you produce maybe ends up in our local schools. Partnerships with local restaurants, like the high end Up Valley restaurants. But then these ideas, I have to admit, I stole them from the other woman who has uploaded her presentation already. Host community dinners and have summer camps and stuff like that for kids and stuff like that. Down the road, that would be so super duper cool to do. But of course, I want to do all of this stuff. This jobs, this consultation, design, implementation, source of info, all of it in a bilingual, bicultural sort of format. And then if we go back over here to the map, and if we want to talk about like a timeline, and the first thing I was talking about, if I was going to quit my job, I could actually probably start this next week, and I would want to start probably right in this area, right in here. With some cool hugelkultur beds, hugel right here, and then probably build like a big greenhouse over this area, and then expand the animal places and stuff like that. And then over time, hopefully, as we got more successful, we could expand into all this great space. There's like tons of room out here to do exactly what Will Allen and his cohorts do with those cool greenhouses and all that stuff. And of course, like how you grow would depend on what techniques worked in the past and what people wanted to buy, and where you wanted to go with the project. You can talk about adding aquaponics. You can talk about adding lots of other really cool systems. So I guess that's by and large most of the project. Looks like some of my notes here have disappeared. I wanted to talk about some of the partnerships that you'd want to cultivate. I would want to cultivate. You want to reach out to places like Eagle Valley Alliance for Sustainability, High Country Conservation, Active Energies, all the hydroponics and growing and organic food stores throughout the valley. Reach out to them for information, for consultation, for help in putting all this together, because I would quickly run to the end of my expertise, and also to have your brochures and your information out in these places to help you get the word out and whatnot. And really, I guess that's the gist of my presentation. Really, I did want to point out one other thing. I was kind of thinking about it. I was looking around here on Google Earth, and I pulled up the Walking Mountain Science Center over here, and I was just looking at some of the space that they have available in front of it. Like for instance, as it renders here, there's the campus right there.